Hello and welcome. My name is Nick, founder and CEO of Insty, and these days, most normal websites are taking a beating. The old days of setting up a simple website and automatically getting leads and sales are completely gone because having just a website simply isn't enough anymore. And I'm not even talking about like social, Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. I'm talking about your standard website and the way people use and read websites these days, along with the changes that Google is doing right now. Changes that could be turning your website into a ghost town where you're not getting any visitors and definitely no sales. And this is happening for everyone out in the internet right now, except for those certain few who have it figured out. These guys seem to be the only ones that are getting good rankings and taking advantage of every visitor on their site. But today I'm going to show you how you can do this. How you can make just some simple tweaks to your site. It's just 3 simple things that will greatly increase your website success. And these things you can and should put into place right now, because without them, Google might not see your site or might not show it to over 50% of the people looking for you. Also, your visitors simply may bounce from your site because of the way that they're used to consuming info from the internet right now. We're going to get them to pause for just a moment and spend some time with you so they can see how great you are. Because these days, when you capture your visitors' attention, you'll get that valuable time with them and greatly increase the chance that they will buy from you. All right, so let's get started. The 3 things for your website success looks like this. 2 of them have to do with your website getting found on Google. Essentially has to do with the traffic coming to your site. And the last one is how to capture that traffic, how to capture your website visitors' attention so you get more leads and more sales. Now we're going to start out by asking a question. Is Google ignoring you? If your site is insecure, Google may be ignoring you right now or will be in the very, very short future. Google wants to see this green lock next to your website address. If it doesn't, it might not even show your website to the people who are looking for it. Now let me show you a sample search that I did for travel agencies in my area on Google. And all of the results that I found, 373 million results, every single one of them on the first page was a secure website. Google wouldn't show me any website that did not come up as secure. The tide has definitely changed. It seems that Google is giving preference to these secured websites, and this wasn't the case just a couple years ago. But the bad part about this is most people use Google for search and for their website browser, and Google's not going to easily show a site that looks like this next to your website address. They're simply not going to do that. They want to make sure that everybody who's on the internet has a great experience, and the best way to do that is to make sure each one of the sites that they show are secure. So this is a huge thing that could potentially be causing you lots of traffic on your website. Now we'll talk about this a little bit later and how we can fix this. We're going to go ahead and move on to number 2, which is mobile is taking over. Never before has there been such access to information, but the go-to device is in your visitor's pocket. Now think about it like this. If you're sitting on your couch and you're thinking, I want to book a vacation, the first thing you're going to do is reach into your pocket, grab your phone, look up travel agencies, and see what comes up. Chances are they'll be looking you up on their phone first and foremost, simply because it's right there with them all the time. And what's crazy is that more than 50% of your website traffic could be coming from a mobile device. Now that leads to a couple problems right from the start. First of all, Google knows. If your website isn't mobile friendly, Google knows this and may not show your website to anyone searching on a mobile device. So think of it like this. 50% of the people that might be looking for you right now can't find you, or worse, they find your competitor with a mobile friendly site first. Now the second thing, visitors can't read your site. If someone visits your site on a phone, will they be able to read it? If not, they'll probably bounce away really quickly. So again, that 50% of people may be leaving your site just as fast because they simply can't read it. The problem is that visitors expect your site to look great on mobile. Since they spend a lot of time on their mobile device, they expect that all the sites should look good on their phone. And if they don't look good on their phone, they'll think, well, this person doesn't really care about my sale, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to find someone that I can actually read their website. Now, what does this mean for you? Unfortunately, If your website's older, you might need to think about creating a new website to get it mobile friendly. And we'll talk more about this later, and I'll give you some tips as to how you can easily create a brand new website that's mobile friendly. But if your site is currently mobile friendly, make sure you visit it with your phone and put yourself in your visitor's shoes. How easy is it to navigate? And definitely, how easy is it to get that lead or that sale if somebody is on their mobile phone? It might give you some great ideas at what you can change on your website so that it makes it much easier for someone on a phone to do the most wanted action for your website, whether it's getting a lead or getting a sale. And we're going to move on to number 3, and we're going to talk about the most important section in your website, and this is your lead generator. You spend a lot of time and effort on your website, and you want to make sure that it can be as effective as it possibly can be. But just imagine all that time that you're spending building your website and people just bounce away, never to come back again. But right here, right now, I have a goal for you. I want your visitors to consume great content from you. I want them to spend 10 to 15 minutes reading your content. And this content that shows them valuable information and presents you as a guide that can help them overcome a problem that they have by using your product and service. But most importantly, spending more time with you so they can see how awesome you are. All right, so picture it like this. You have 2 websites. You have you and your competitor's website. Now, without a lead generator, they may spend about 10 seconds with both of you. They land on your site, they take a quick look, they scan it, they go away, they go to your competitor's site to do the same thing. Now, when it comes time to buy, who do you think they're going to use? Well, you might not even know because they only spent 10 seconds with both of you. It's really going to be a toss-up, and maybe it'll be based on price, or who knows. All right, let's switch it up. We have you and your competitor, but now you have a lead generator. So with your lead generator, they spend 10 seconds with your competitor and 15 minutes with you, consuming that awesome content that you put together for them. When they're ready to buy, who do you think they'll use? The person they spent 10 seconds with, or you, the helpful person who took the time to show them that 5 awesome things that could really help them? But the best thing about generating leads is that you can talk with that potential customer whenever you like, greatly increasing sales by turning more visitors into buyers. Now, let me show you how to do this. We're going to head over to our sample travel agency website, and I'll show you what this looks like. So we're here in our Insty Pages system, and we're working with our website that we've been using as our travel agency website throughout our incredibly successful website course. And we're going to head down to show you what we've come up with for a lead generator. 5 amazing destinations you can be at in under 6 hours. And this is a video lead generator, so essentially gives you a little preview of the video. When you click this Get Free Access, it pops up this awesome opt-in form where it asks for a name and an email address, and then it sends the visitor to that video so they can consume that awesome content. But then we have that lead right here. Now, this is a great way to do a lead generator, and the video you're watching right now is actually a lead generator for Insty. But a lot of people like to do lead generators that are PDFs, and PDFs are very easy to do, and they can definitely be set up inside of the website. Now, inside Insty Pages, we have a lead generator inspiration section where it essentially gives you pre-designed blocks that you can just drag into your site and use them right away. So for instance, if we have a PDF lead generator, we have a couple different options down here. We can essentially just drag this into the site and use it right away. So now we have our lead generation section, which again, I think is the most important section you can have on your website. And since we have email marketing built in with our Insty Engage system, you simply just select where you want the leads to go and then where you want them to go after the successful submission of that opt-in form. So we can have them go to the page where it says free report, click save and close, and that is it. That's all that needs to be done to set up our lead generator on our website. And here's our website online where we just come down and we'll check out that brand new section that we just put in, which is our lead generator right there. And all we have to do is put our name and email inside there, click submit, and it's going to take us to our free 5 amazing destinations you can be at in under 6 hours. These days when people are consuming information on the internet and they're just scrolling and scanning through things, having that way to capture their attention and capture that lead is going to be immensely important for your website. So when I say this is the most important section on your website, it definitely is. You'll definitely want to make sure that you set up your lead generator and get that going on your website. All right, so now that we've done the most important section, we need to recap this, okay? So number 1, make sure your website has an SSL certificate. So if you don't, if your site is not coming up as secure with that little green thing in Chrome, make sure to talk with your host. They can probably help you. You might have to purchase an SSL certificate with them and have them install it. And then make sure to check through your whole website, because just installing an SSL certificate can work, but sometimes you might have to make tweaks to your website in order to get it to show green. SSLs are included free at Insty and will also help you make sure your site shows up green and help you with any tweaks that you might need to do. Number 2, website mobilization. If your website isn't mobile, make plans to update it soon. Now, as I mentioned, if your site is somewhat old, you might have to think about redoing your site rather soon, but put that on your list because you're going to want to get that done. Google's really given precedence to mobile sites, especially if you're searching on a mobile device. If your site is mobile, make sure you travel to it and see how easy it is to work with on a phone. So whatever your most wanted action on your website, make sure it's easy to do when you're on a phone. Number 3, think about your lead generator. Think about what you can put together, some great valuable content that people really will appreciate. And a great way to think about some good content is think about it like this. When you talk to people about what you do, what do they say, wow, I didn't know that about? What kind of topics do you bring up that people are really interested in knowing more about? And another good one is, what kind of questions do you get the most concerning your business? What do people usually come to you and ask you? Chances are you probably know exactly what you can write right now that will answer those questions, and people really appreciate that information they get from you right there on your website. Number 4, get email marketing integrated into your site and get that lead generator set up. Most hosts don't have an email marketing component set up with them, so you'll have to find a service that would work for you. Get your lead generator set up, and then make sure to pass the person to the lead generator right after you get the email so that they can go and consume your content right away. Number 5, after you put in your lead generator, watch how many more leads you get from your website visitors. A lot of times when I share this information with people tell me, oh, well, I already have an opt-in form on my site. It says something like stay in the loop, and I usually get a lead or two from that every week or so. Well, the thing is, these days when people are scanning your content, nobody really wants to get into the loop. Their email is valuable to them, so in order to give that email away, they need to get something back in value. So having that lead generator on your site will get you many, many more leads than just a simple opt-in form that says stay in the loop. So when I say it's the most important thing, it definitely is the most important thing. Make sure to get that on there. So number 6, be amazed at the feedback you get from this lead generator and the sales that it brings in. It's a very exciting feeling to have those leads come in and have many, many more sales come in because of that piece of information you were able to drop in their hands and essentially spend more time with that prospect to turn them into a great buyer. Well, hopefully I got you excited about some of the simple changes that you can make to see a huge result in your website. But let me ask you this. Would you be interested in transforming your website within 14 days? Transforming it into a website that gets the results that you're looking for from your visitors. Most of the changes that you need to make are rather simple. With the right guidance, they can be made rather quickly. Now, these simple changes can be made in just a few weeks, and they're not super expensive. You can do it yourself without having to hire an expensive website developer. Now, if you want to do that with us, with Insty, we would love to help you. We have 3 steps to make it simple. We have a success guide with excellent support whenever you need it, and an online course that walks you through the process so you can easily make the changes that you need to your website. In fact, the 3 things that you've watched in this website are a part of our online course where we show you how you can easily make these changes to your site. You'll get the tools to grow. We have our integrated Insty Engage email marketing system for your lead generator where you can collect those leads and talk with them anytime you want, essentially turning on your own full-time sales force, and we walk you through how to set that up and get that all working. We also have an online website builder for fast, mobile-friendly, secure websites. So if you ever have to build a website or a landing page, you have the system right there ready for you to use, which brings you a solid, successful site. We have the most powerful hosting servers so that your site screams, which is actually very, very important to Google as well. They want to make sure that your site loads really quickly and gives that great experience to the visitor that's coming. We have our amazing security built in, protecting your site so that it stays up no matter what. So for 14 days, you can try all of Insty for just $1, and we'll even migrate your site from your current host to Insty for no charge, so you can see exactly how it works in our system. You'll have complete access to everything, including our online course, our email marketing system, everything. You'll have complete access to it. You'll have 14 days, no risk, money back guarantee, so you know exactly how we can help you. You can take advantage of our system so you can get your website on track. Now, what will life be like with your site at Insty? Well, you'll have awesome people ready to help you whenever you need it. We've put together the best team, and they know exactly what you're looking to do, and they will help you whenever you need it. We have the right tools so your website can stay relevant, and we have the perfect amount of know-how so you can tweak your site yourself and save thousands of dollars. And of course, you'll have a site that makes more sales and grows your business. So let's do this. Click below to start your $1 14 days of Insty risk-free. And I believe in just 14 days, you'll have the incredibly successful website you've always wanted. Thank you so much for watching this. My name is Nick, and I hope that this video has given you some great tips to how you can make your website incredibly successful. And I look forward to working with you here at Insty. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to just hit reply to the email that we sent you, and we'll be glad to reach out and answer any questions that you might have. Thanks so much. I look forward to working with you. Go ahead and click that button below to start your $1 14-day trial, and I will see you inside Insty.